Today we are going to be looking at the area of shapes. Our objective is the student will learn how to calculate the area of a two-dimensional rectangle or square. So let's look at this next slide. The area of a region is the number of square units needed to cover the region. How many squares do you think it will take to cover the large square right here? Let's move the squares to see. But before we do that, I want you to just try to figure out how many of these little tan squares do you think it will take to cover this? All right, now I'm going to slide these over. Oops, let's see if I can get this. I'm going to move these over and see how many it will take to cover this white square, ivory colored square. And the area is the inside of the square. So if you look at it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 squares to cover it. And if we write it, I could do it like this. There are 3 squares here and 3 here, and so the base is 3 and the height is 3, so 3 times 3 is 9 squares to cover it. There's an easier way to find or calculate the area of a rectangle or square. Instead of, covering it up with little individual squares, you can just remember that area equals the base times the height, or area equals the length times the width. So let's try a few together. We have 5 and we have 5, and it's in inches. So the base, which is here, is 5, and we're going to mark the little inch sign with these little 2 things. And the height is also 5 inches. So for the area of this, we're going to do 5 times 5 is 25. Ooh, that's a little bit bad. Inches, and then the squared symbol. Let's try another one. This rectangle, the base is 8 centimeters and the height is 4 centimeters. So the base, we're going to write 8. And the height is 4. And I remember that the area is the base times the height. So 8 times 4 is 32 centimeters. And then we remember the little squared symbol, squared. Okay, let's look at the next slide. Now I want you to try it out. It's kind of little, but the base is 5 and the height is 11. So remembering that the area is length times width, or base times height, I'm going to have you figure it out for a minute. You should have come up with D, 55 centimeters squared, because 5 times 11 equals 55. And then you're going to label it centimeters squared. The second one, the base, or the length, is 14 centimeters, and the height, or the width, is 7 centimeters. So how would you figure that out? You would do 14 times, oopsie, this is supposed to be a times, times 7 equals, what does it equal? Give you a minute to think about it. 7 times 4 is 28. So we put the 8 down, carry the 2. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. So it's 98 centimeters squared. Let's move on. Let's solve this one together. Now this is interesting. It has two shapes together. So you're going to do 3.5 times 9 and 6.5 times 4. Okay? So you would do 3.5 times 9. And I'm going to do it the way that we worked on it in class. It's 27 with 1 0. And then 45. $31.5 I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote down this height thing. And this other one would be 4 meters times 6.5, because this is the height and the width. So 6.5 times 4, multiply it, 24 with 1 0, and then 20. So it would be 26.0. Okay, so if I added them up together, 26 plus 31.5, whoopsie, I would get 57.5. meters squared. Okay, hopefully that made sense to you. The next one, I want you to write down in your notebook a definition of the area for a two-dimensional rectangle or squares and any questions that you have. And then we have quiz time. And I'm just going to be quiet and I'm going to let you click to the quiz, write this down, and then click it in on the quiz and write it down. Here are the first two, and if I'm going too fast, you can just pause it. And here are the last two. Then I also want you to answer number 5, how comfortable you are with this concept. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.